Steve from Custom Table Tennis, and what we thought we'd do is compare the brand new HX Pro Hayabusa, brand new on the market, and we'd compare it to some blades that we've already had around for quite some time, including the Ignito and our own. And let's just run by some comparisons before we get too deep into it. So if you have a look at the weights first, on the Hayabusa, on the flared, we've got 85.6. On the Xiom Ignito Hinoki, we've got 84.1, and then on our own, on the flared, we've got 82. So that's the weight out of the way. We'll have a look at the thicknesses and see what the differences are. People like to know these things, and if, like, unless you sat here with one of these, you've just no way of knowing. You've basically got what the manufacturers are going to tell you. So on the new one, on the Hayabusa, we've got 6.5. I mean, it depends how much pressure you put on, but it's as accurate as you're going to get. 6.61 there on that one. On the Ignito, a little bit slimmer, 6.52, but you're talking tenths of a millimetre. This 6 is the millimetre, and then on ours is the thickest of them all. So that's the measurements on those. We'll have a look at the size as well. So size wise then, the new Hayabusa is, well, that's interesting, it's a little bit wider, so we've got 152, and then it should be, yeah, 157. So you've got a little bit more width on there, so you're going to have a slightly enlarged sweet spot. The Ignito, 150 by 157, and then our own 150 by 157. So they're all similar. So the rubbers, if you've already got rubbers and you're wanting to try, they're interchangeable. But what we'll have a look at next then is just have a look at the handles, because we know that this one, the people who get this one in the hand, they say it's the most comfortable handle that they've ever had. So let's have a look at the dimensions and why that might be then. So the thinnest part, 29.53. The widest part, got 34, and then thickness that way, we've got 24.33. On the new Hayabusa, 26.48, going up to 32.44, and then 25.50. On our own brand, we've got 27.57 going up to 33.77, and then the thickness is 25.57. What I'd say about these is we know the Ignito, we know the construction of this. It's been around a long time, and it's a classic 5-ply. It's a Hinoki. It's a 3+2. They're all 3+2s. As you can see, you've got about a millimetre of Hinoki in there. So the whole emphasis on a blade like this is about the feel. But you've also got gears with these as well. I mean, if you want to kill the ball, don't think these are slow by any means. So on the new one then, we've got some markings down the side here. We've got production number, Japanese table tennis approved, nicely made, beautiful. And then on our own, which is our number 2 bestseller, we sell an awful lot of these. Price points, but we don't know how long this video is going to be on, so just check on the website. But we're $59.99 on our own. We're $84.99 on the Ignito, and at the moment, because we've got quite a few of these in and we've managed to get a deal, we're $89.99 on the Hayabusa, but these are £120 RRP blade. So really delighted with them. And what we'll have to do now is we'll have a look at the straight versions. There isn't going to be too much difference with the weight, we would think. So 85, so both of those are completely, absolutely bang on specification. The Ignito, yeah, a couple of grams difference, and then our own 79, 80. So they're all within specification. What we'll have another. We'll do the handles again on these. Straights do vary quite a lot. So on the Hayabusa, I've got a thickness of 28.93, nearly 29, and that way we've got 23.32. On the Ignito, what I should tell you about this one, well, you'll see in a moment, is it's got flats on it. So if you do twiddle and you like to know what bat angle you've got, flats, some people, it's either love or hate, you'll either like it or not. So 29.26 by 22 because of it's got the flats on it, but beautifully constructed blades. And then on our own, $29.21, and then ours are rounded, so we've got 24. So it was just a comparison. They're all going to play similar, but what I will tell you is this, and what we've found and why we've got so many players at our club in Leeds. They haven't had the been able to try this because this has just literally come to the market. It was a bestseller 14 years ago, and then it got taken off the market and developed other things, but this is come back with a vengeance. And what the thing to note is, if you're somebody who struggles with logos in the handles, even though ours are always nice and flush, that's nice and flush in there, Xiom, that's absolutely perfect. But if you don't want lenses in the way of your hand, and it works just as well on the flared, you can see that you're not going to be, it doesn't matter which way the rubbers are going round. Some people say, oh, can you put the black rubber on the side with the lens? Well, you haven't really got a lens here. You've got the tells you what it is there, and also it's just telling you that it's a Hayabusa. And then the same again with the flared. So quick review just to bring you them all. And what I'll also, so we've got handle shapes, and then I'll just bring in ours as well, because we understand why. Because literally manufacturers now are just going with flared and straight, because the anatomic is probably the least popular of them all. So we don't have anatomics with the Xiom blades, but we decided, because we knew, I knew personally, I know a lot of people who've got the anatomic, and we know that the lady players do like the anatomic, because that little lump there, supposedly, well, it does, fits in the hollow of your hand. So you've got a nice loose grip on that little bit there, rather than straight, and then it tapers a little bit here. So we've got the anatomic in ours as well. And then boxing wise, we'll just have a look at the boxes. The Ignito, that's been around for a while, but we got a new box and a new design about 5 years ago. The Hayabusa box, psychedelic, tells you what it is there. And what we do like about this one, I'll do it actually, and you can see for yourselves, just so they just seem to think of everything. When that's in there and that's on the top, if we want to double check ourselves, I mean, we've never seen one, but you've got your what it is on there, and then HX Pro on there. so we can clearly see, double check that everything's right when it gets shipped out. And ours, you just get a straightforward box. We've gone with biodegradable cardboard for ours. There we are. And then finally a review that we're going to put on later on. Speaking of ours, because we had a recent trade stand, and what we did, we made up several of these as the beginner, because people are just at the moment, they're just wanting premium Hinoki carbon blades. You see your carbon layers in there. So what we did, we made several of these up, but everybody it was a tournament, and they all wanted them with the Xiom new tensor rubbers of Jekyll and Hyde, or various ones. So what we've got a few of these left, and the blade is $59.99, and we're going to sell them at $59.99 with the rubbers on while we've got them, but they won't be around forever. In fact, that's probably just saved me doing a review, but I'll do a separate review as well. So Steve from Custom Table Tennis, hit the like and subscribe, and get your stuff from customtabletennis.co.uk. Bye for now.